everybody. Today we have a couple of packages, one of them being our Christmas present and one just came in. So we will be looking what we have. Stick around. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jedi Stormtrooper. My name is Zachary, and so today we were going over and thinking we had a couple of Christmas packages that we would want to look at. My mother actually bought these for my dad in his collection, but I haven't even seen them either, so I'm really excited to open them up and see what's actually inside of these packages. So let's move on over to the overhead camera and see what we have. So before we get to opening them, we are going to put on our gloves. And first off, this is the first package. This is my my father's Christmas present that my mother got him. And first off, we see that it is fragile, handle with care. More than likely, the packaging company didn't even read that at all. And inside, what we're going to see are, first off, 4 bubble wrapped pieces. And so we will set these off to the side because the first thing we want to get access to is the card back right here. Now carefully taking this out so it doesn't get scratched on anything. We'll discard the box off to the side so it's not in our way at all. Now this is the card back for the Biker Scout, and on it we can see that originally this was $3.44. Super cheap, and nowadays you can't even find these at all. They are nowhere to be seen. On first glance, there is a little bit of wrinkling on the sides right over here. The card was removed in the original taking off of the bubble, but in the end, this is a 77 back, and it is pretty straight. It is a little bowed at the back. We may try to address a little bit of that, but it's really not in any bad condition at all, other than those few wrinkles. So, all in all, the card back is in great condition. We will move over to the bubble wrapped figures. And first off, we will get the box cutter out. Now, right along this edge, we'll want to just carefully cut into it. There we go. Tearing that hole slightly. This is a lot of bubble wrap that he used to cover these figures. Now we get to see the prized possession, which is the Biker Scout inside of here. Now, on first glance, his hands are a little damaged all along the sides, and his fingertips are slightly whitened. There is a slight bit of yellowing on his chest, but his helmet and his limbs look to be pure white, as well as it looks like he was sat down a lot because there is a little bit of rubbing on his rear back here. But in all, the figure looks pretty nice. There isn't much scratching on it. And so we will move on to the next part. This was a multiple pieces because this should be, let's see what we have. This should be part of the speeder. Yes, it is. This is the vintage speeder that came out along with the Biker Scout. We do have both of the handlebars. And actually they are tight, so they'll be able to sit up just like that. This is the top section. We do still have the handlebar, which is good as well, to help sit the figure inside of there. Now, we probably won't be displaying the figure along with the Imperial Speeder, but we may have an older one or not as great figure that we're going to look at putting inside actually for that. Unfortunately, this did not come with the weapon at all, so the Biker Scout will not have his weapon on him whenever we put him over in our case. And taking this out, we do have the front of the speeder. Now, the good thing you want to look at for these is that you still have your plates here. These plates are actually able to come off right here on the back side. And so they do get lost pretty quickly, and they're not the easiest of things to find for replacements. Now this goes on the front of the speeder. I do not have the other part yet to connect them all together though, but that should be the last piece sitting right over here. This is the biggest package of bubble wrap, so more than likely this is going to have the main body. And let's see, where is the opening? There it is. So we're just going to carefully tear all the way down this. They sure did use a lot of bubble wrapping, but they wanted to make sure that the figure was protected. And right off the bat, I see that the springs are intact, and they are still nice to be able to display it upright. This is supposed to be displayed upright like this. The ejection bag is still working properly, which is a nice thing to see. This pops off the top. Ooh, got my glove stuck. There we go. This pops off the top. You'll see, I'll show you all what it does in just a little bit. The only thing that we do seem to be missing are the back plates right here. There are 2 plates that rest on the back over here, and these actually lock these springs in. If you want to hold them down flat, you can close these flaps and it will lock them in whatever place you had them in. So we'll actually get to start putting this thing together and connect those 2 pieces together. Now the top fits right inside of that hole right there, and you're going to want to compress your seat back there. And they're super easy to put together. And I believe, there we go. So once you have all the front end and everything on, you'll be able to actually stand it up properly. It stands perfectly flat with the ground, and that is nice to see. Now what I was talking about the ejection button is if you want to take this top off, you can push this bag right back here, and it's going to spring up like that, and it takes the whole thing apart. Not sure why you would want to take it apart unless you're trying to send it off, but if you are ever trying to send one off, that is how you take apart the Biker Scout's speeder. Pop it back on, it's easy to put on. And we are not going to touch taking this apart anymore. So in all, this is the whole Biker Scout collection. You have the card back for the Biker Scout, you have the Biker Scout and the Imperial Speeder with all its components. The only thing we're really missing in our collection now is going to be the Biker Scout's original weapon. Of course, we are going to be looking for the Biker Scout's original weapon, trying to find one with it. I'm sure reproductions are easy to find, but we want to be careful. More than likely, we're going to buy a figure with the Scout already that has its weapon. So we will set these all off to the side up here so they aren't in the way. So now we're going to move on over to our other smaller package. This is just going to be one single figure, but luckily it is one of our complete figures. Now this came from Arizona, and so we will carefully open this up with our letter opener and cutting right down here, down the tape. And so he used a lot of paper inside of here. There doesn't seem to be much box back here, but we will see what we have once we get it all the way open. There we go. So he just wrapped the whole thing in this brown paper. And so we got to tear these all away. And inside we have the box. Now he did tape the box as well. So we will carefully cut this open. Alright, so now that we have the box open, we'll be taking it out of its bubble wrap. Now he didn't tape the bubble wrap, he just wrapped it up inside of it. And looks like we have a few pieces here, and I stand miscorrected. He did tape them. So moving along. There we go. Now we just tear away the bubble wrapping right behind the tape. It's honestly easier to tear the bubble wrapping than the tape. And inside, we will find our figure. And the gun just came out. So what we have here is we have the Chewbacca, one of the first. His legs are slightly loose, probably from sitting down in multiple different things. But his face paint and his bandolier's paint are still completely intact. I don't see any scratching on the front or the back of the bandolier. His whip bag on the side right over here, or his bag right here, is completely intact. There's no scratching on it or anything like that. You would see it turn a little brown on this because under this is the same color as his fur. The arms are not yellowed or aged. That's one thing you look at a lot. You'll see the torso is a different color than the arms and the legs. Now, how this gun goes on is it actually has a little clasp on it. This clasp breaks off of majority of the guns. It doesn't like to stay on, and the only way to have him hold it is to have that clasp. It actually just pushes up against his arm and wraps around it more than likely. His hand doesn't really hold the gun at all in a proper position. It is just the strap that does it. So we will get the thumb inside of the hole and then just pop down the strap out here. And let's get it down and around. There we go. So that's how he holds his gun, just like that. Now the gun sits well. Just want to make sure that you don't bend that clasp a whole lot. There we go. His arms are tight, which are good, because you'll be able to hold the gun up in any position that you want while you're framing him. And this is a complete figure. This bowcaster is a one-off weapon. It's actually very difficult to find, and you can only buy it with a Chewie more than likely. You're not going to find the bowcaster alone on its own anywhere. Alright everybody, so I hope y'all did enjoy that unboxing of the Biker Scout package that we had, along with the Chewbacca and his bowcaster to make another complete figure for our set. If y'all did enjoy, if you can please leave a like, subscribe, or comment below. I'll make sure to get back to any of those comments that y'all do leave. If y'all have any questions or anything like that about what we looked at today, or if you're looking for some of your own, just please leave a comment and let you know what y'all are thinking. Thank you guys. Till next time.